Peace to everybody, back with another video. This is about Jerry Springer used talk show to score porn stars and strippers. Ex-staffers claim. As you can see here in the screenshot is Jerry Springer himself. Now, I have watched Jerry Springer so much, but I didn't start watching it until maybe around the early 2000s, if not maybe a little bit later than that. This one, I don't know what to think. Jerry Springer's long-running talk show was phonied up, and the married creep used it to get young hotties into his bed. So Jerry Springer was the long-running talk show, and it was phonied up, and of course, he is married. He was married. And the married creep used it to get young hotties into his bed. So this is what he's been doing. And nobody knew about it. That's the claim of two former producers on the Jerry Springer Show, who also said there's no way the 75-year-old should be hearing cases as Judge Jerry. So there was two former producers on the Jerry Springer Show that said there's no way the 75-year-old should be hearing cases as Judge Jerry. Jerry Springer is morally bankrupt. Producing his show in the late 90s was only a small part of our job, a former staffer told RadarOnline.com. Our real job was to get pretty girls, strippers, and porn stars for Jerry to sleep with. So Jerry Springer was actually bankrupt. He was broke. And producing his show in the late 90s was only a small part of our job. So this is what a former staffer told RadarOnline.com. And the real job was to get pretty girls, strippers, and porn stars for Jerry to sleep with. Besides that, most of the guests were fake, continued the ex-staffer. The people making the show knew it and didn't care. So most of the guests were fake. There was nothing real about them. This is what the ex-staffer continued saying. The people making the show knew it and didn't care, so they didn't care at all. I'm surprised. This is a shocking thing to me by now. Wow. And here's another screenshot of Jerry Springer. He's 75 years old. From 1991 to 2018, the Jerry Springer Show was one of TV's most outrageous, featuring families coming to blows over paternity issues, sexual affairs, and other spectacular claims. So from 1991 to 2018, this Jerry Springer Show was one of TV's most outrageous. And I mean outrageous. You get to see the freaks and everything on there. And of course, featuring families coming to blows over paternity issues, sexual affairs, and other spectacular claims as well. Springer's new series, Judge Jerry, is billed as a show with real people settling real cases. So now I have not seen Judge Jerry at all yet, because at 4 o'clock I jump over to Steve Wilkos' show, and at least that's a real show. But Jerry Springer, he has come out with this new show called Judge Jerry, and is billed as a show with real people settling real cases. Wow. For the first time in my life, I am going to be called Honorable Springer Boasted. So the first time in his life, he's going to be called Honorable. I had no idea he was dealing with porn stars, allegedly. But this, oh my goodness. But his behavior has been less than honorable for decades. As a city councilman in Cincinnati, Ohio, he was busted for writing checks to prostitutes in 1974, a year after marrying wife Mickey Velton. So he got busted for writing checks to prostitutes, and this happened in 1974. Um, he also is a city councilman in Cincinnati, Ohio. Of course, he was busted. It was a year after marrying wife Mickey Velton. I don't even know what his wife would be thinking by now. I mean, really, who knew what his wife was thinking? Despite the scandal, the couple stayed together and had a daughter in 1976. So they both got a daughter together, and they had her in 1976. And of course, as you can see here, it's the Jerry Springer Show itself. I mean, unfortunately, the show is no longer on because it's now gone for good. He retired from the show, and now he's got, like I said, he's got a new one. It's called Judge Jerry, which I have not seen. They separated in 1990 and filed for divorce, but it's reportedly never been finalized. And in 1998, Jerry was caught on videotape in a hotel room with a porn star and her stepmother. So not only that he was caught in a room with a porn star, but her stepmother was there with him too. I mean, of course, Jerry Springer and his wife, they separated in 1990 and filed for divorce, but it's reportedly never been finalized at all. And in 1998, Jerry was caught on videotape in a hotel room. Whew. Boy, he really got around. Springer, who didn't respond to a request for a comment, blamed his antics at the time on a sex drug, insisting, "That damn Viagra made me lose my mind. It turned me into a sex addict." A sex addict? You gonna blame that on Viagra? Seriously? Oh, good Lord. That is so funny. Of course, he didn't respond to a request for comment. He blamed his antics at the time on a sex drug, insisting that damn Viagra made me lose my mind. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He's really gone all out with that. Radar source said Jerry has abused his power and celebrity for years to take advantage of people. Is that the sort of person you want to stand in front of in a TV courtroom? No way. So now Radar source said that Jerry has abused his power and celebrity for years, and he took advantage of people. And this is why they asked, is that the sort of person you want to stand in front of in a TV courtroom? I would say no. Oh my goodness. I mean, what the heck was, oh my goodness. Now you gonna blame that Viagra. Made him lose his mind. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. This part is so funny. I just can't help but laughing. I'm sorry, y'all, but leave your comments below. I am out.